Welcome to this program. I'm faculty with the School of Journalism and New Media Studies. We have professional programs, master's level and diploma level, journalism related as well as digital media related. Both the programs we have rigorous theoretical courses and supported by practicals and projects. Theoretical courses we used to supply, provide self-learning materials. For practicals and projects, we prepare the manuals. Manuals usually short in nature, and we list out the number of activities that's supposed to be carried out by the students. So this program meant to orient the students of MA-JMC and PGDIDM students of SOG and MS. And the program is about the project and the practicals related to research courses. In a master's level as well as in a diploma in digital media, we have one common course called Communication Research Methods or Media Research Methods. This is the theory course which explains the basic fundamental concepts of research methodology. I personally request or advise you before taking your projects or practicals, read this particular research course, MGM 31 or MNM 15. These two courses related to the same topic, that fundamentals of research methodology, and do the properly the check your progress components. The research methodology is a simple course but needs a deeper understanding. Deeper understanding the sense, this can't be memorized, the methodology can't be memorized, methodology cannot be studied for this exam point of view. You need to understand the basic fundamental concepts. You have to be clear with the concept of research methodology. Then only you can execute the study. So here is learning something and practicing the same concept. So that is the fundamental philosophy behind the practicals as well as the projects of these two programs related to research methodology. There are two courses related to methodology for masters, and these two are combined in a diploma level. In the master's level, we have separated because of the 2 years program, and one course is about developing a research proposal, that is called MJML 22, and the project dissertation is MJMP 020, and for the diploma it's a MNM P011. In the both the program, the concept is same level. So this is the distribution nature of courses available in the both the programs. If you look at the courses, these courses combines very simple 3 stages, 3 steps we can say that. One, you need to prepare a proposal, you need to develop a research proposal. And that have to be completed, that have to be developed through series of assignments. We have identified 8 basic fundamental assignments that we will explain in this program. And once the assignments are ready, if you combine all the assignments, your proposal will be ready. So proposal development we have systemized through a number of assignments. And once the proposal is ready, you take the approval from the school, concerned course coordinator. And once the title and the concept and proposals are approved, then only you can proceed to the dissertation preparation. So there are 3 stages: developing a proposal through assignments, take the approval from the school, and then proceed to the research dissertation. Here we'll spend the entire program. Now we are talking more about research proposal development, because once the proposal is ready, the dissertation is very simple. You have to execute the idea and methodology, everything is already approved in the proposal. You have to execute, collect the data, and write the dissertation. So in this video program, we are giving more concentration and we are demonstration explanations about proposal development, which is more crucial, like a blueprint for a building. Once the blueprint is ready, and the engineer or construction team needs to construct the building, so the idea and the outcome needs to be clear in the proposal development stage itself. So that's why we are spending a lot of time on proposal development in this program. The proposal development, there are 8 stages. stages starting with the identification of research area and goes on up to identification of research methodology. If you look at all the 8 stages, each one is a individual assignments. You need to complete all these 8 assignments. If you complete that, then automatically proposal will be ready. Starting with, you have to identify a research area and then develop a concept note, followed by you have to do mind mapping, then you have to do a Prisma chart, then do the review of literature. With the help of review of literature, you will identify the research trends in your chosen topic, and that will help you to identify a research problem. Once the problem is identified, aims and objectives will be defined. Based on aims and objectives, you have to define the methodology. What kind of data is required and how you are going to collect the data. If you look at all the 8 stages going chronologically, you can't skip any stages and you can't bypass certain stages. You have to complete stage 1, then only you can move to stage 2. Similarly, without stage 3, stage 4 can't be completed. So all the stages are interlinked. So the 8 assignments are not individual assignments, all are interlinked, and without completing one, you can't proceed to next. So go in a very chronological order. Initial stages, we look at the topic in a very broad macro level, and with the help of various tools like a mind mapping, Prisma chart, and review of literature, we have taken a macro in the beginning, and then automatically we are going up to the micro and reaches to the focused area by the time you reach the stage 8. So this is a broad outline of proposal development, 8 assignments, and starting with the research idea and goes up to identifying a methodology. Now we look at the individual stages. What are the requirements and what are the expectations and how to complete those stages. We will explain all the 8 stages, and there is a handbook also available for these courses. Read the handbook very clearly, side by side, read the research methodology course clearly, then start your work. And also remember that the research proposal development on the dissertation you have to complete with the help of a supervisor. Supervisor is mandatory for these courses. Without signature of supervisor and your proposal won't be accepted. Without signature of your supervisor, dissertation won't be accepted for evaluation. So you need to identify the supervisor. We have given the criteria for a supervisor. All our approved counselors by default are supervisors. In case you wish to take a supervisor outside the study center, you can take anyone from the field who fulfills the criteria as mentioned in the handbook. Starting with the stage 1, this is the identification of research area. And in the handbook, we have given a list of topics. Go through the pages of manual, and we have given 15 to 16 topics in the handbook. You need to identify one. Certain topics, we have subtopics also. So either you can take a broad one, suppose media audience we have given, and under the media audience we have given a transitional audience or social media audience or audience from the new media. Like that, we have given a broad idea, we have given a subtopic also. You can take any one of that. Or you wish to combine any 2 or 3 components, development communication, social media in the rural segment. Like that, if you want to combine development communication and social media, that can be combined. Media audiences of development communication or social media audiences of alternative media. Like that, if you look at the topic or independent, and that can be combined. If you look at the list of topic, the last topic we are given interdisciplinary nature. Any one of the topic can be combined with another topic or more topics. You can create interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary ideas and you can execute that. And look at the list of topics. These are reflection of the topic already covered in the program. If the master's level means last 2 years course content, diploma means we have entire course content. Identify the topic and go to the right course, read that unit. You will get the basic fundamental concept of that particular topic. So that is very crucial. You need to write a brief description about your chosen area, identify the topic, and write a brief description of that. Particularly, you have to write about its relevance and significance. That is the more important. Why the significance of doing that research and relevance of that topic on today's context. So there, everything we need to justify. Justification required to why do we need to do a social media audience? Because social media audience, the major chunk of India's internet users belongs to social media. Its influence is a ramification effect are huge in multiple social platform, political, cultural, social, economical level. So like that, if you take one topic, you need to look at from multiple perspective and find out its relevance and significance. Your topic should have a communication perspective. For example, if you take online education, here education is a process and online is a tool. This is what normally is being studied outside the communication. Means from education, from other disciplines, they look at the online education where online or digital is a tool. Whereas when it comes to communication discipline like us, both the program, here how online is online tool is being used as a medium of transaction of knowledge, transaction of learning, and transaction of exchanging of information for specific educational subject. You have to look at the communication perspective. Remember that point. You can refer unit 1 and 2 of the theory course related to media research methods. When we move to the stage 2, this is about developing a concept note. You have identified the research topic in the stage 1. You have identified the relevance and significance. You have to expand this idea into a little broader area. You make it as a concept note. Concept note will contains 3 segments. One, you need to give a background statement, identify the topic, and give it little elaborate information. Online education, give the growth of ICT, growth of digital, and growth of utilization, particularly in the pandemic time, how it's being utilized and all. And then rational and significance, which already we have identified in the stage 1, you can incorporate that. Background, significance. Once that is ready, then you have to identify the third component of concept note called justification of the study. Justification of study basically deals with the 3 questions. One, you need to answer why this topic is essential to undertake as a research study. Why do we need to take that part? What is the need for the study? Why do we need to do? And what is the need for the study? And where it will be placed? It's a context of sociological context, or from the audience point of view. As a communication students, you know how communication process happens. That somebody creates a content, and through the medium and through the tools, we are delivering the content to the receiver. Encoding, decoding process happens, and a lot of noises, and a lot of external factors, everything that influences the content generation and understanding the content, encoding and decoding part. Right. And here when you are dealing with a topic, your topic deals with the receiving end or in the generation level. For example, if you talk about portrayal of gender primarily is a representation of gender in the media. It means we are dealing with the newspapers, we're dealing with the content, film content, or we're dealing with the television content. Communicator, center. Or if you are talking about the impact of representation, stereotyping, what kind of attitude development happens due to that gender portrayal, we are talking about the media audience. Right. And like that, you have to position your research topic in that manner, location or context or the communication perspective. All this, if you answer these questions along with the background and rational significance and justification, your concept note will be ready. Basically, any research settings, whenever we write a proposal or any paper, you have to introduce a concept. for whom we are writing the research papers. These research papers not meant for your supervisor, not meant for the evaluators. Of course, this is practically it's meant for these two people only. But generally, when we are writing something, we are talking about some topic, it's meant for some third people, group of people. They want to understand this course, understand the topic, understanding the research idea. So you have to introduce a topic. That's the purpose of concept note. Then once the concept note is ready, then we have to move on to mind mapping. Mind mapping, the purpose of mind mapping is your idea is ready, research topic is ready, concept note is ready. Now we need to understand what kind of research already happened, because we are not working in a vacuum, and don't think that this is a new topic nobody studied so far. We have a long history of communication discipline. Sociology, social science is an even broader discipline. Lot of things happened. Lot of ideas are generated. Lot of discussion happened in this area. So any topic is not a new. Already people worked, extensively worked. They have generated a lot of research findings. So you need to figure out the recent past, what is the recent developments in the chosen area. Alternative media, whether it deals with the television or internet or films, and what components being studied and all. So you have to trace the earlier trends. And how do we do that? That only the literature, research literature will help you to identify the research trends. One of the steps to identify literature is mind mapping. You have identified the concept note. Concept note is written in a textual format. You have to put it in a visualized format. Identify the core topic, everything, put it in a very systematic graphical format. This is an illustration of your idea, visual illustration of your ideas. Once you put all the ideas, you will be surprised that some of the ideas looks like irrelevant. Some of them can be combined. Once you written in a different manner, and once you convert into a graphical format, you will understand in much deeper level. The mind mapping helps you to eliminate certain ideas, integrate certain ideas. It helps you to focus on a specific area. And in this regard, we have already produced one program on mind mapping. You can check it in the YouTube channel of EMPC on mind mapping. That will get, we gave a demo also how to do the mind mapping and all. So that is the purpose of mind mapping. That visual representation of concept note, it gives a two outcome. One, it helps you to focus your research area from micro to macro. We are going right. The mind mapping is one tool that helps you to narrow down. Secondly, the mind mapping ends with a good number of keywords. You need to have a keywords, because we are going to utilize the online databases extensively for this kind of proposals development to search the literature. So mind mapping, one purpose is to identify the focus and have a good number of keywords. Once you have the keywords, these are the keywords that represents your concept note. Certain keywords are removed, certain keywords are combined, and with the keyword we have to develop a keyword string. Again, we have a separate video program on Prisma chart along with the mind mapping, detailed explanation, detailed demo also we have given, and is available in the YouTube channel. Check, and that will help you to identify the right literature, right databases, and select the required number of literature. The Prisma chart basically that helps you to identify required literature using the keywords. The keywords are generated through mind mapping. So appropriate keyword combination, if you do it and then take the keywords to the databases, there are plenty of online resources available free of cost, or you can use institutional library resources, and we have given the details in the handbook. Utilize the university's remote access facility of library, and with a keyword string, go to any databases, and the databases functions in a very simple manner, and we are creating keyword string according to the database structure. So it saves your time and extracting the right information in the shortest possible way. But if you put the normal keywords, you will bombarded with the millions of literature. So we don't have time to do that. So ultimately, we need a 20 literature. Once the literatures are identified, next is we have to read those literature and you have to review those literature. And 20 research articles already identified, and you need to write a 100-word review for that. We have given a coding sheet. If you look at the manual, read the article thoroughly. All the research articles usually have a standardized segment. It's introductory component, concept note, and review of literature, methodology, data analysis, findings, and conclusion. More or less standardized manner you can find all the literature. Read all the components individually and clearly understand. Might take a time, but 20 articles, if you read it, that gives substantial understanding and knowledge for you to develop your dissertation. And remember that master's level, you are understanding the basic concept, the basic process of research methodology. And how to do the review of literature, we have given a detailed explanation in the research methodology course. Read it carefully, and we have separate program, video program also, review of literature. You can watch it, and that will give you an idea about how to do the work. Once you read the review of literature, use the coding sheet and identify all the required data from the review of literature. You can identify 3 broad outcomes of review of literature. One, what is the thematically emerging trends, and what is the theoretical framework is being used heavily, and what is the methodological approaches used in those researches. All the 20 may not use the same methodology, same theory, same thematic area. Might vary from article to article, but in a 20 article, definitely you will find at least 5, 6 or 7 articles might be focusing on similar theoretical framework, similar methodological idea, same thematic concept. If you are able to identify a small trend, sometime might be 50%, 10 or 12 article might be talking the similar tone. Sometime it might be 5, 6. So if there is substantial number, at least even 5, 6 articles talks about similar tone of methodology, theory, and concept framework, that is the trend happening in your area. So catch those trend, identify the trend, and fine tune that. Maybe if 5, 6 articles are talking about a similar thing, go back to the same articles. Many times articles ends with the future recommendations of similar research. It might give you the better direction for you to identify your research problem. So thematically, theoretically, and methodological approaches through review of literature, you will be able to identify the research gap. So far, this is a trend happened, and you will find the gap. Knowledge is basically what? We continuously, either we enriching the existing knowledge or fine-tuning existing knowledge or adding the new knowledge. In this process, you will find always there will be a lack of certain perspectives, lack of certain clarity, lack of certain additional inputs required. That is called research gap. The research gap will automatically emerge based on the trends you have identified that. And if you want to fill the gap, and you have to collect the data. And why do we need to use social media for development communication purposes? There may be, based on your review literature, might be you're noticing that extensive television is being used extensively, radio is being used extensively, ICT is being used extensively, digital media, particularly social media utilization in a development communication may be less. If there's less area, means there's a gap, and you take that, convert it into a research problem. Problem could be a question. You can have a research question, or you can have a statement, hypothetical statement. Whether statement or research question, you need a data, because whatever the question is being raised, you have to answer that. How do we answer that? Hypothetically, we can't answer that. We need some evidence. Research means everything is scientific and systematic way of doing research. You need evidence to prove certain answer or to give a statement as a correct one. So the data, what kind of data required? That is a stage 8. Research gap leads to research problem. Once the research problem is identified, you need a data, and how to collect the data. In that area only you have to put your aims and objectives. For this research question or this research statement, I will approach the research gap in the following manner. Utilization of social media in the women empowerment in the particular social context, cultural context, economic context, or age group or location. So you can define that. For that, what kind of data is required? I need a data from self-help group about utilizing social media for empowering, mobilizing, motivating, and resource mobilization. So identify the area the data can be collected from the self-help groups. So research gap leads to research problem, problem leads to aims and objectives, and aims and objective is basically we need a data, and the data has to be collected from the field. And if you know the how, what kind of data is required, and where this data will be collected, and how will you collect this data. If you answer these three questions, your research design will be ready. So if you recollect that, stage 1 identification of topic, then concept note, we are doing illustrative mind mapping, then with the keywords we are doing a review of literature collection, then we are doing a review of literature. With that, we are identifying the thematic trends leads to the research gap leads to research problem we are converting into aims and objectives. For that we need a data, that is a research design. So all the 8 assignments, if you do it, if you rearrange those assignments in the following manner, and your research proposal will be ready. You have to have a title and concept note, that's a stage 1 and 2. Then all the reviews you have written for 100-word reviews for each 20 articles, that leads to a review of literature. Then you explain about research problem and what is the research methodology, how we are going to collect the data, research design, explain that. And whatever the literature you used, you have to put it in a reference citation, proper citation, and mind mapping, Prisma chart can be annexed. We are doing assignments. Once assignments are ready, then ultimately when you are submitting the proposal, it goes in this format. All these details are available in the manual, and all the stages, all the 8 stages, we have developed videos for different topic, and which is already available. And read the theory course, research methodology, read the manual carefully, go through this particular video, orientation video, and there are other videos related to this course, and that will help you to execute the project very systematically. Then you have a supervisor, and we have the faculty members to help you on this matter. Thank you.